Hey everyone, this is Russell, and I'm excited we have a chance to build out your webinar funnel. And so just like the one that you've got right here, and so I'm going to kind of go through this really quick. As you know, we've probably gone through this, the webinar funnel. You're going to have a landing page kind of like this. And if you've gone through the perfect webinar training, you know that the headline is going to be tied to the one thing. And then down here, we're going to have your 3 secrets and stuff like that. And so this is what it is. Then they register to go to webinar, it registers them to go to webinar. And then there's a whole follow-up sequence and a bunch of other cool things. So if we're building this funnel out for you, there's a bunch of stuff that I need. So let me show you everything we need so we can get this rocket and rolling for you. Okay, so this is the webinar intake form down below. And so what we need you to do is, first off, obviously give us your personal information so the guys on our build team can have a chance to talk to you if they have any questions. And so you got all the company information down here. Also, a lot of times we want to have a picture of you, so make sure you attach your profile picture. Sometimes we might use the logo, so make sure you attach those if you've got them. Next thing, we need your login information for your accounts. I recommend, what I'll do a lot of times, I'll change the passwords and stuff. Give us the passwords, let's do our thing, then we're done, then go back and change them to whatever it is. That way we don't have access long term, but we do need access to be able to go and get all the stuff that we need and make sure everything's set up right. So we need your ClickFunnels username and password. Just put in username and then like 2 or 3 spaces in your password. Then your autoresponder, let us know what you're using, and then your username and password so we can log in there. Go to webinar, same thing. Go to webinar, we don't need your login, but you need to go to webinar and actually set up your webinar, and then give us the link for attendees to register is what we need right there. If you're using like Webinar Jam instead, same kind of thing, just post that in there so we know where we're attaching this funnel to. And then if you're going to be billing through Stripe, let us know your Stripe username and password. Next is your actual webinar. So if you haven't watched Perfect Webinar yet, just take this right here, copy it, paste it into your browser, and watch it. There's been an hour-long training about the perfect webinar, and that'll give you all of the stuff you need. And then here is the handout of the script as well. So if you have those 2 things, you'll be able to create your webinar. And when you're done, what we need for the registration page, again, is we need your 1 thing, and then we need your 3 secrets. Those are the 2 things we need. And if you don't know what that is yet, again, watch the training here, and there's the script right there. So we need those for the registration page. If you are going to do pre-sale videos, and it's not required, but we've seen a big bump from pre-sale videos. Somebody registers for your webinar, and then they get different videos. What I recommend is doing these videos here. Number 1 is the wow and how, which is, and if you look at this PDF, this is the PDF of our product launch script. And I'll open up really quick here for you. So here's the product launch script, and so the pre-sale videos or the indoctrination videos we follow the same process we do for product launch videos. The only difference is you're not going to have the offer video because the webinar will be the offer video. So don't worry about this 3rd one. But step number 1 is the wow and how. And so the wow and how typically is a video that I make kind of talking about the concept, right? If I'm selling something on the webinar and it's a new idea or something, I want to make my first video talking about the concept of what they're going to learn about, right? So so for our funnel hacks, one of my first video was like, hey, funnels are really, really cool, and let me show you why and how this is so cool, right? So the first part of the video is like the big promise, like, hey, during the webinar, I'm going to be sharing you guys this really, really cool thing, and then I'm going to share with you some content. So now we give some content showing how other people are doing it. So I'd be like, here's this guy's funnel and this guy's funnel. For me, I showed him one of my funnels. Here's my funnel. It's making me, $18,000 a day. Let me show you how it works. And so this is let's look at others. Let me kind of show you what's happening in this world, right? So the big wow for me was like funnels is the big wow. And then how is, let me show you how people are doing that. Does that make sense? So there's wow and how. And then like in the video, I had to kill miss. Like a lot of people think that making funnels is hard and doing this and that. So that's why in the next video, boom, hook the next video. Next video, I'm gonna talk about this, okay? So there's your wow and how video. Then video number 2, traditionally is like your transformational education. So it's saying, you learn about funnels before I think it's hard. Let's do this together. So we do it together. We show them proof of this whole thing working. So if it was ClickFunnels, we actually, if you look at the funnel hacks one, the first video is, or the second video here, I went and I mapped out a funnel. I showed them how it works. Let's do it together. Let's map out your funnel together. And here's proof it's working. Let me show you other people's. And this is kind of how I do it, how I did it mine. And then boom, hooked to video number 3. Okay, so that's the transformational education. Then video number 3, we move to the ownership experience, where I try and show them, like, imagine what it would be like when you have your own funnel now. Okay, so this one, the difference here is like, let's do this together. Let's map out a funnel and kind of go with it. Okay, so if I was weight loss, like, let's do it together. This is, if I was gonna make a weight loss plan, this is how I would do it. Okay, and then here now is hey, imagine what it's like when your first funnel is done. Imagine what it's like when you've lost your 6-pack, or when you've gained a 6-pack, sorry. And then here, on the webinar, I'm going to talk about a really cool package we have that does blah, 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 blah. Now, let's talk about how you do it. So for you, and then we start focusing on them and talking about them and how this is going to work for them. You know, for our funnel hacks, I went in and actually built out an entire funnel, showing them like, this is what you do first, this is what you do second. And so it's kind of making it more where this concept, here they're getting wowed by the concept. Here you're kind of working with them through it, and here you're helping them kind of own that experience. And so that's how we do those the pre-sale videos there, if you do want to do them. So if you do, what I recommend doing, again, take those, and we host all of our videos on YouTube. All you do is host on YouTube, but in YouTube there's a setting. You can make it public, or you can make it private, or you can make it unlisted. If it's public, it means everybody on YouTube can see it. If it's private, it means only people you allow to see it can see it. If you unlisted, it means that people can't find it in YouTube, but you can still like embed it on pages. And so do the unlisted version. If you do the private, we'll embed the videos and nobody will be able to see them. Okay, so just put the links to the videos there. And then here, let us know what you're selling. So if it's called, you know, the funnel hack super system or whatever it is, let us know that. Let us know the price. We can make sure the payment stuff's set up correctly. And then in your presentation, the last slide is the stack where you go, you know, my first element's this, and then this, and then this. And so we just need a stack of what that is. We can see what all the components are, the value, stuff like that. So list that here. If it's physical products, let us know, and then click submit. And that's about it. And then someone on our team will get to work and start building this whole thing out for you. If they have questions, they'll contact you, but that's kind of the game plan. So that is the process now. So go and fill out the webinar intake form. And again, it's probably taking a little while to get this all together. So I would rather you spend a day or two making sure you've got all the assets and the pieces, and then come and submit it, as opposed to submitting partially and then come back later. Like, don't do that. Spend some time and energy putting this in, because this is the more clear you are and the better things you give us, the better job we'll be able to do on our side. And that's the game plan. Thanks, you guys.